Hi everyone. I wanted to do this video based on other videos that I have seen on YouTube. For the past couple of days, I've kind of gone through different people's opinions on the topic, and apparently a lot of people have this misconception that it's true and all this other nonsense. So there's a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to Wicca and what we do and how we believe. And so I'm pretty much going to go over what I've been exposed to, I guess, would be the right way of saying it. So, anyway, first off, I did my first video, and it's been posted, and so now this is my second video, and from here on out, I'm going to be continuing making videos, and wiping out the whole issue with that coven that I told you all about in the first video. It really got to me, and now it's time to let it go and move on, because they'll get back what they deserve. They just don't try, and it really got to me, and it's time to let it go. So, anyway, also, if you haven't noticed, the video quality of this video is quite better than the first one. It's because well, not me, but my partner, Josh, he bought me a new webcam, and it is the best. I love it. It's quite expensive, but I needed one that shot in HD, one that had a better microphone quality to it, because it was just hard to see me and really understand what I was trying to say the more I watched that first video that I posted. And hopefully by using this one, it's going to be easier to watch me and understand where I'm coming from without having to lean in and try to hopefully understand. Okay? So anyway, it's an HD camera. It's a, where's the box to it? Anyway, I can't find the box, but it's a Logitech HD webcam C615. And it's also got a little thing underneath it for a tripod setup. And so I'm going to do that as well. That way I don't have to be in front of the computer to do my videos. I can be sitting somewhere random within the room, and you'll still be able to see me, hear me, all of that stuff exceptionally well. So, it's quite expensive, but at the same time it's worth it because it makes it easier for you guys, and that's what I'm worried about. So anyway, back to the topic, the reason for this video. I was watching, well, to be quite honest, I was watching YouTube just for random sake, and I always try to get involved in the Wiccan community on YouTube. I like keeping up with the newest videos of the people I'm subscribed to. I like putting in my 2 cents, my comments. And one of the videos I stumbled upon, I had to watch like 5 different people's opinions on it, because it's one of those things that you just don't hear about. But it's something that is asked quite often. And what I'm referring to is the Wiccan Rede. And it harm none, do what ye will. Now, there are many different misconceptions. The biggest one in my area that I have issues with, it's almost like which even the coven that I told you all about in the first video did this as well, and I'm against it completely. And what it was they took "and it harm none, do as ye will" and changed it completely. They added words to it, and you do not see that in the Wiccan Rede, or even in the full Wiccan Rede. They tried to say that, and it harm none, do as ye will, but in thy own self-defense it be. Which they put it, that you don't cause harm, and you're able to do whatever you want to as long as you don't cause harm. But if someone causes harm to you, then by the universe, by the goddess and the god, you have the authority to take those matters into your own hands and get them back. And that is exactly how they put it. I'm against that. I don't feel that because someone hurts you, that you have the right to go back and attack them. Because it makes you just as weak as that person that attacked you. Does that make sense? But anyway, the videos that I've been watching is people explaining how people are asking them personally, what does the Wiccan Rede mean to you? How do you interpret, and it harm none, do as you will? So I figured I would do this video to give my testimony, my opinion, and it is just that, so please don't attack me on it if you disagree with what I'm about to say, because it is my opinion. I'm not claiming that it's right or it's wrong. I'm a normal, everyday human being just like anybody else, but it's what I believe, and I would like to leave it that way without all of the childish drama and the fighting and all that stuff. So if you disagree with it, you simply do not have to watch this video. But anyway, to me, personally, the phrase, and it harm none, do as ye will, and it harm none, do as ye will, does not mean that so long as you don't cause harm, you can do whatever you want to. I don't think that's what it means. It's pretty much a phrase that needs to not be taken literally, and it needs to be broken up individually, okay? You need to incorporate it in every single action you do in your everyday life. For instance, let's say you verbally abuse someone, okay? You know in your heart that I was fixing to stutter. You know in your heart that that is wrong. You are not supposed to, or it's just morally wrong to verbally abuse someone. And so you're going to get your karma back for that one, okay? And that's kind of how I see it. And it harm none, do what ye will, which means you can do whatever makes you happy, do it, but understand that there's a consequence to it. Understand that if you cause harm, if you hurt someone intentionally, then you're going to get that back. Now, there is a lot of crazy ideas that you cannot follow, and it harm none, do as you will, because if you go outside and you step on a bug, you're going to get karma for that. That's not what it represents. And it harm none, do as you will, simply means that you do what you want, make yourself happy, go where you want to go, dress the way you want to dress, but be cautious of the consequences that come along with whatever action that may be. If someone cuts in front of you in a lane while you're driving, and you just ferociously run into the back of their car to get them back, you're going to be the one suffering from the consequences, not them. Because they did nothing to hurt you, they just cut in front of you. And you, simply out of anger, hurt them. It's going to come back and get you and not that person. Make sense? And that is how I see, and it harm none, do as you will. Do what you got to do. It's your life. live it the way you want to, be happy, be thankful for what you do have, enjoy coffee and soda and fish and all this other stuff, you, which I know that sounded a little crazy, but I'm going by Christian standpoints, the Old Testament, like you couldn't eat fish and stuff like that. It was meant to be a joke. Anyway, that is how I see it at Harm None, do as you will. I don't think it's a statement of you can't do this. It's a statement of you can do this. Just be cautious. You following me? It's not you can't do this. It's you can do this, but be cautious of the consequences. Do what you gotta do, live your life, be happy, but understand that whatever action you take has a consequence, whether it be positive or a negative consequence. You do good, you get back the good. You do harm, you get back the harm. That's just the part of life. It's the part of the universe. And there's nothing you can do to corrupt or change that. Even as a witch, you cannot change that. And if you truly want to live by Wiccan morals, we are not supposed to intentionally cause harm anyway. And it's not a rule, it's not set in stone, you can't cause harm. It doesn't say that. It just simply says, and ye harm none, do as ye will. Which to me means, do what you gotta do, just know that if you do something wrong, you're getting the consequences. You're free to go out there and slaughter 5,000 people, if that's what makes you happy. But just know that when you slaughter those 5,000 people, you're going to go to prison, hopefully get the death penalty. There's all kinds of things that are going to come back on you for doing what you did. So you see where I'm going with it? It's not a statement of you can't do something. You can do, in Wicca, you can do whatever the hell you want to. It's your life. Live it to the fullest. Just get ready for the repercussions of whatever you may do. Do good, you get back to good. Do bad, you get back to bad. And that's pretty much my opinion on that. I'm not going to go into like a 5-hour conversation on this, but that is how I feel. I don't have time to incorporate laws and rules and harsh bricks in my life. I would rather have the mind concept that the goddess and the god love me no matter what I may do. But in the end result, they are the parents, and if I do something wrong, I hope that they will, quote unquote, give me a spanking and send me on my way. So I try my best not to disappoint them. I do my best to help people that I can. Some people want the help, some people don't. Those that don't want the help, I don't try to help them simply because I feel like it's time wasted when I could be helping someone that wants the help. I'm not going to help those that don't try. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing either. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. Anyway, yeah, that's my opinion on in it. Harm none, do as ye will. I hope that I didn't disrespect anyone on their beliefs. I don't mean it that way. It's how I see things. I have taken a lot of time out of my 12, 13 years of Wiccan philosophy and following the Wiccan ways, and that is pretty much how I've summarized my beliefs. I don't fear anything in Wicca, so I don't feel like I should be afraid of doing something wrong. If I do something wrong, I know I'm going to get back what I deserve, but I don't fear it. It's just the way things are. And I take it, I deal with it in my own way, and I move on. And that's just the way it is. You learn from your mistakes and then you move on. I'm not going to go outside and be afraid to step a certain way because I might squish a spider. That spider shouldn't have been in my way. And that's just how I see it. And I'm not saying it to try to be mean or go against Wicca or anything like that. I just feel like people overdo their beliefs. They enter Wicca thinking that it's this fluff bunny type thing. And that's not the truth at all. And then the more they're into it, they start understanding, okay, this is not a game no more. This is a religion. This is how I need to start living my life. This is how I want to base my life. And over the years, they grow and prosper spiritually. And they have certain people that are feeding them this crap that you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. But oh, you can do this. And that's not how Wicca is. Wicca accepts all people, accepts all ways of life. Whether you're black, white, Asian, Mexican, if you are gay, straight, bisexual, transsexual, trisexual, whatever, you are welcomed in Wicca. If you have a badass attitude, you are welcome in Wicca. If you cuss like a sailor, you're welcome in Wicca. So if you cause harm, you have that freedom to do so. But know that you will get it back eventually, either in this lifetime or the next. Wicca does not go against anything. Wicca is Wicca, and it's up to the individuals that are a part of Wicca to make their own judgment. It's not Wicca making the judgment, it is the people. And that's all I have to say on it. So, and yet harm none, do as you will, does not mean you can't, it means you can, but get ready for the consequences. I thank you all for watching this video. May the goddess and the god be forever in your heart, and blessed be.